Welcome to Kay's Flower School's Top Tips, and today we're going to talk about peonies and trying to get them open for weddings. Normally the problem is the florist has left it too late to buy them in. So the first top tip to write down is buy them in plenty of time. So normally the Friday previous to your wedding, 7 days in advance, should be sufficient, and you could be cutting it tight buying them in on a Monday for a Friday or a Saturday wedding. The second tip I would say to you is watch the grade of maturity when you're buying them from your online sites. Remember, they'll be graded between 1 and 5, 1 being very immature and 5 being more mature. Now I do understand when you're buying in a bunch of peonies, you do get like a selection of sizes, but in general, whichever the grade of maturity is, will be for the majority of the flowers, okay? So again, if you were buying them in the Friday previous, you could possibly go for 2 to 3 or even 3 to 4. But if you're buying them in the Monday, you know, for the Saturday wedding, you definitely need to go 3 to 4 or even 4 to 5. When you bought them in, and say they're at this stage here, and we're on Wednesday, and like by Wednesday you nearly need them at the larger stage, you know what I mean, for your wedding being on the Saturday. What you need to do at this stage is try and encourage them. And the problem is, around the outside of the petals is a sticky residue, which prevents the petals opening. And if you don't get rid of that sticky residue, 2 weeks later your peonies could still look like this. So with your peonies, I always say remove the leaves, okay? So that would be your first thing. And again, you can do it manually, like pulling off your foliage. Now if you're using them for flower arranging or even hand-tied bouquets, you might like to leave some of the foliage on at the very top. But leaving a lot of the foliage on the bottom of the stem, that's going to draw a lot of the water as the water makes its way up to the flower head, and it prevents or slows down the water going to the flower head. So if it's flower arranging, I probably leave 1 or 2 leaves. But if it's actual bridal bouquets, and more than likely you don't need the foliage on the stems, I would possibly remove all of them. What I have here in front of me is some warm water. So obviously you can't feel the temperature, but it's more than tepid, you know, that sort of way. It's lukewarm water, so it's not just tepid, it's that little bit warmer. And to get rid of the residue that's around the outside of these petals, I'll do it to a few of them here, and hopefully we'll see a difference, okay? So what I'm going to do is place the head down into the lukewarm water. And think of it as being a washing machine. And with my hands here, I'm going to swish the head, you know that way. And there's obviously a bit of a bend on these, on this stem, so it's a bit crooked, my washing machine. So there I am, I'm swishing it. There's no washing powder, no washing up liquid. It's just clean water. There's no flower food either. And as I said, it's lukewarm water. And I would do this for about 60 seconds. So I'm not sure, I haven't got a clock in front of me here, but I'd say I'm not far off the 60 seconds. So keep rolling it there in your hand, won't cause any harm at all to your petals. Take it out, and already you can start to see the petals starting to move. Now what I would do is recut the end of that, place it back into tepid water with flower food in it, in a warm room with lots of natural light. Doesn't have to be sunlight, lots of natural light. And in about 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours time, I would take out that flower and I would do exactly the same thing. And I would keep repeating that process, and believe me, it will work. I will get them to that stage. So again, I'll just take up another one there, and I'm just going to remove the leaf. And again, you can see it's really, really tight, like there's hardly a budge on them petals. So I'm placing it down in my lukewarm water. It's more than tepid, okay? It's that little bit warmer, okay? This is my washing machine, and again, this can be a bucket or a vase, by the way, but I'm just using the fishbowl so you can actually see what's happening. And then this one is a straighter stem, so it's actually easier. So now I'm rolling it between the palms of my hand, swishing it around like a washing machine, you know the way, washing the sticky residue off the outside of the petals. Now people will suggest to you like misting it with, you know, cold water. It doesn't work, you're wasting your time. You actually need the warm water, do you know that way, to remove the stickiness. And if you do this for 60 seconds, it won't cause any harm at all to the flower. Now I haven't been timing myself because I'm obviously chatting away there, but I'd say in a couple of more little rolls here, I'd say I'm not far off the 60 seconds, okay? So good swish, it's on spin dry there now. And we take it out, there a little bit of a spin dry just to take the residue off. And already you can see the difference. If you rewind the video, you can see the definite difference in that flower. So recut the end of it and now place it in a vase of tepid water with flower food in it in a warm room with natural sunlight, and in 4 to 6 hours time take them back out and back down into the washing machine. And if you do that 2 or 3 times, you'll have it at that stage, and they need to be at that stage on Wednesday for your Saturday wedding. Do you know that way? And again, if the weather is extremely cold, maybe you need them further along. But again, there's nothing to stop me taking this one here that is that little bit more open. So I'll just remove this one. Sorry, I still have elastic bands on here. Just in the middle of doing conditioning and treating videos. So again, I'm going to remove the foliage. As I said, you don't need the foliage for bridal work, and it's just going to take up most of the water. So again, have a good look at the grade of this one, you know what I mean, the stage it's at. And down it goes into our washing machine. My rings are moving around there. And we'll give it a little swish. The stem on this one is a little bit thinner than my previous one, so I just kind of have to hold it down a little bit lower. And I'm just on probably level 5 on the washing machine with this one. Do you know that way? We definitely won't put this one on spin dry, but it's more because of the flower stem. So we're just going to go a little bit up and down, up and down, up and down. Remember, this is lukewarm water. It's not tepid, it's warmer than lukewarm. We'll come out, we'll give it a gentle kind of spin dry, and again, I'll hold it up to you. And there we go, you can see the stage. If I recut the end of that, I put it back into my, now it's up to you, how more open do you need it? Like what day is your wedding? Is it Friday? Is it Saturday? Is it Sunday? But again, to encourage you to open a little bit more, recut the end of it. Place it in tepid water this time, not in the lukewarm water. Tepid water, flower food, a warm room. Place it in natural light, and I'm telling you, by tomorrow that will be opened even more. And if it's not open enough for you, back into the washing machine tomorrow morning. So hopefully you enjoyed them top tips. We have lots more of these videos, you know that way. So follow us on YouTube, go to our website, Case Flower School Ireland, and contact us to maybe download one of our free online programs on conditioning and treatment of flowers, and we can send you on a free link. Email us at info@flowerschoolisland.com. And again, if you have any questions or any comments, put them below, and join us on our social media pages for more top tips of the day.